want to make this video because I actually had a great 4th of July. I didn't think it was great in the beginning. Uh, we went to the park, my step-grandpa and my grandma and me, and I was bored from start to finish. But then, I can still hear fireworks going on outside my neighborhood. But then, when I was walking and leaving, because I was way far ahead of my grandparents when we were leaving, I met this Asian girl, and I'm not into Asian girls. They bore the shit out of me. No offense or anything. But this girl was my match. I don't usually say that. I don't usually like people very much. I have a thing with when I meet girls, I either have to have an instant connection with them. Whoa, that's a big one. That's lit off outside. I have to have an instant connection with them. Or, I mean, they can look so hot. They can look so fine, but it doesn't matter. Because if I don't have a connection with them, it means nothing. The hotness of a girl means nothing to me. So, I saw a lot of hot girls tonight, but it doesn't matter. I didn't like any of them. Even poked. There was this really cute short one, and her friend even poked her and pointed at me like, "Hey, talk to him, talk to him." And she looked down and she laughed. She's like, "No, no." And I'm like, "No, I don't like your type." The giggly kind of girl who texts all her friends all the time and tells her friends a bunch of shit about who she's dating. And so this girl that I met, she was standing at the edge of a stop sign, just leaning on a stop sign, and no one else was around. I'm like, who is this? Is this girl a vampire? Is this girl a killer? So I walk up to her. I'm like, hey, why are you standing here? Just direct. She's like, I'm waiting for my friends. I've wanted to leave for 2 hours. I'm like, that's what I've wanted to do. And she's like, I loved how this girl had just no emotion on her face. And I was just thinking, this girl is either a Capricorn or she's an Aquarius. And what was she? She was a Capricorn Aquarius cusp. And I'm like, geez, when someone doesn't have an emotion, like when they don't show emotion at all, I can tell that they are Aquarius. It's weird. Aquarius just don't have that emotionalness in their face. I'm an Aquarius moon. Sometimes, and I have way too much Capricorn, so I am mostly just the same. So she said something that made me fall in love with her instantly. Like instant. She said I was gonna call Uber, but she had this sexy attitude to her that just made me like, oh my god. So she's just like, I was gonna call Uber, but I decided not to. And I'm like, it's not good to call Uber because I'm always afraid they could be a murderer, a psycho killer driving, and they could kidnap you. And she says this thing that made me instantly like, just say she's my match. She's like, well, you can carry a knife with you or a hunting knife and you can just stab the person. She said that. A random girl at the corner told me you can stab a person in the car. And I'm like, oh girl, I so want you to be my girlfriend right now. But I was just a random guy in a jacket that came up to her at night. So she obviously didn't trust me. But if it was the daytime, I wasn't wearing a jacket, she didn't think I was drunk. The first thing she said to me was like, are you drunk? Because I was dancing in the middle of the street since there were no cars. The street was blocked off. So fuck. Of course I'm gonna dance in the street. I mean, like, and I was walking backwards and doing crazy shit because I was like, the street is never free. I can walk around. I can do what I want. Yeah. Why not? Why not have fun? So she didn't get that. I'm like, I told her with this like straight face. I'm like, no, I'm not drunk. Like, are you stupid? Aquariuses in particular have this thing, this one particular thing that if you say stupid things, they will point it out right away. I do this and explain why you're dumb. They will explain why you're wrong. They will give detailed examples. I do this. And it's because of my Aquarius moon sign mostly. And it only affects me when someone emotionally does it to me. It's very weird. I'm not like this all the time, but I'm mostly like this. I act more like an Aquarius than a Gemini. I do act like a Gemini, but only when I'm being fake. When I'm putting my fake mask on in society. I do it sometimes, and it's only when I'm trying to communicate with people. My Gemini mixes with Cancer, which is not my favorite sign. I can hang out with other Aquariuses, but when they get into that stage, that mood of extreme rudeness, of like when they say things and they don't think that they're rude, that's when I can't handle an Aquarius. When they'll just straight up say extremely mean things to you and they'll think that they're funny or they're... I can't handle that. I used to do that, but when I was doing it, I was aware that I was doing it. Most Aquariuses are not aware. And when you mix an Aquarius and a Capricorn together, the two most non-emotional signs, the Capricorns don't show emotion and they're more success and business oriented, and Aquariuses are more knowledge and logical oriented, to where they show less emotion and more logic. So when you mix logic and success together, which is mostly me, the only reason I think I get emotional sometimes is because my Mercury is Cancer. Not so fond of that. But yeah, this girl said another thing that made me want, but her friends on the phone called her, and since she didn't really trust me, she just said, hey, can I stay on the phone with you? And I'm like, okay, that's a dead sign that she doesn't trust me. I'm just a random guy that came up to her at night. I understand, but I would love to have known her name and got her like Facebook or something so I could keep talking to her. Because my God, I have never met a girl who has said to shoot someone in a car with a gun. That is the next thing she told me. I brought up, or you could have a gun. And then she said, you're right, you could just shoot someone in the head with a gun. And I'm like, oh my God. I love when girls are fucking weird like that. I absolutely hate girls that are just so fucking normal. They're just so brainwashed by society that they're just either overly feminine to impress guys, or they're overly overprotective of their rights, where they're like, I don't want to impress any guys because I am strong-willed. Or they're complete texters where they have to tell their friends everything. It's like, I hate girls like that. I like the interesting, crazy girls who will say shit like that. Like, I'll just shoot someone in a car. It's like, damn, you're crazy. You're interesting. That's good. But, just, come on, give me a sign. Let me see this girl again. Just let me see this girl again. Hopefully she lives in the same area. I'm not being creepy. I just don't meet girls that I'm interested in ever. And this was one girl that I accidentally met, and I was interested. I'll know like when I meet someone that gives off, I don't know, a frequency, a signal that matches with mine, and I'll talk to them. Like there was a short Mexican guy in the grocery store. When we were on our way home, we stopped at the grocery store because my step grandpa wanted ice cream, and I just automatically talked to him. I didn't talk to anyone the whole night, and there was a Filipino guy that was like a teenager, my age, kind of, and I talked to him. But the whole night at the festival thing, I didn't talk to anyone. Not one person. I got the vibe from every person there. Everyone there was a sheep. Every person. Because the people who aren't sheep, followers, people who follow the system, are at home doing their own thing, alone from society. Not there. They're partying with their own friends, away from social events. I don't like going to social events because they're loud, they're irritating, and my favorite subscriber, Risky, he said personally that he doesn't like fireworks. I didn't get that until this year, today, when I saw the fireworks. I don't like fireworks either. Like this year, I became really over enlightened. I started seeing the truth about everything, about people, about just the world. And after tonight, I realized how boring fireworks actually are. Risky was right. Like, they show up, they're loud, especially the loudness. I do not like the loudness. It's just seeing a bright light pop, make a loud noise, and honestly, I don't know, it's like people like seeing really pretty colors. It's like, look, pretty colors in the sky. Oh, oh. But that's about all it is. It's just pretty colors in the sky for a short amount of time. And I just don't see the point of it. People will say, oh, it's beautiful, enjoy the beauty. But that girl that I met, that I absolutely want to see again, thought the same way. She thought the exact, maybe it's an Aquarius thing. Maybe Aquariuses are just antisocial people who know the truth about everything. They're very in tune to the truth instead of being blindsided. They see things for what they are instead of being tricked by what they're not. And Pisces are like the intuitive ones, they're the clairvoyant ones, as where Aquariuses are the philosophers, pretty much. A Pisces may give you ideas, and a Gemini will think of imagination and a dreamland and creating, as where a Pisces will give you the realization of how it will work and if it will work, and ideas that will work and won't work, and they'll have a sixth sense about things, if what things will happen before they do. And in a way, Gemini will have this, but not like Aquarius. Aquarius with Capricorn was listed as one of the top zodiac signs. I watched a video of what the top zodiac signs were. And if you're born with one of these 4 signs in your chart, then you're good to go. The fourth sign of the best was Aries, because of their assertive nature, their assertiveness. The third to the last of the best zodiac signs was Sagittarius, because of pretty much their assertive nature. And second to last, I shit you not, Aquarius, because they're very smart, they're very intuitive, they're very clairvoyant, they see things for what they are and what they're not, and they will tell you how they're feeling, they'll tell you what's what, and they're very upfront. And they don't like being around stupid people. There we go. That's an Aquarius thing to say right there. And now the number 1 zodiac sign Capricorn. Capricorn is listed as one of the number one because it's good at listening to people, which gets them up in the ranks because they can hear people's opinions, hear people out, and one only problem with Capricorn is that sometimes, this is with me too, they can more or likely take advantage of people because they can not become friends with the person and more just use the person. But most of the time, most all of the time, Capricorns will use you to get higher ranked, more money. Capricorns are the top sign because they're the most successful. They follow their dreams. And some people can be a Capricorn sun, but they can have a bunch of shitty signs in their chart and not even act like a Capricorn. Me, I have 3 Capricorns and 1 Virgo in my chart. I'm good to go. I have 2 Aquarius, 2 Aquarius, 2 Gemini, and 3 Capricorns, 1 Virgo. My whole chart is pretty much earth and air. And tonight I met a girl who's pretty much the same as me, and we acted the same, and it was, they say opposites attract, but I say that's kind of bullshit from what I experienced tonight. But hey, I don't even know what her name is, so I don't even know. I don't know. By the way, Aquariuses will always hear the other person out. They will always hear the other person out, but if they already know that information, they're not being closed-minded. They just know that information already. And you telling them, you're not teaching them anything, so they don't see you as a valuable source. They're not being rude, they just don't see you as valuable because you don't have any information to teach them. They like being taught new things that they can collect in their brain. That's kind of just like Capricorn. That's why they're listed as 2 of the best signs. As where Taurus is kind of one of the worst signs because they're closed-minded, they aren't willing to learn new information, they're stubborn, they're slow, they go at their own pace, they're bad at making plans, they don't... I've lived with 2 Tauruses. Every Taurus I've met in my lifetime is the same. I try not to stereotype one zodiac sign and make them all the same, but Taurus is the number one sign that is always the same. They always have anger. They always have anxiety. Oh my God, especially if they drink alcohol. Anxiety. Tauruses have anxiety. Even if they don't show it, Tauruses have anxiety. My sister is very loving. My little sister is a very loving person. Extremely loving towards her family. Why? It's not because she's a Taurus. She's a Taurus moon, a Taurus sun, a Taurus rising, but the rest of her zodiac chart, all Leos. All. Every planet. Leos. Everything. That's why she's loving. It's not the Taurus. It's the Leos. Just putting that out there. Honestly, the only time I act like a Leo, because I'm a Leo rising, is when I'm around a social setting. I care more if I'm around a bunch of people. Like how I helped a little kid tonight that I didn't even know. That's a Leo move. That's a heart move. A Capricorn or an Aquarius would meditate or read a book or just frown or just be quiet or not really say anything or not help, really. I act nicer. I act like completely act like my rising sign, Leo. I do. But if I'm not, I really just don't act like my rising sign. If I'm in isolation, I'm completely an Aquarius. And if I'm around people I feel comfortable around, I'm an Aquarius. Crazy. Crazy comes with genius. Just putting that out there. But people in society don't really seem to understand that. They see people as you have to be this or you have to be this. You can't be both or you're not accepted. You have to be one or the other. But I say bullshit to that. Albert Einstein was fucking crazy, and he was either a Gemini or an Aquarius. You have to be crazy because being crazy is creative and it's imaginative and it makes you who you are. It makes you different. It makes you stand out from the rest and it makes you unique. What do you want to be? You want to be a follower like everyone else? Do you want to be the same or do you want to be crazy and unique and different? I choose to be crazy, unique, and different because it's better. Like how I was walking backwards in the middle of the street at night. No one else was doing that, but a group of black dudes were laughing and clapping. Why? Because I was the only one doing it, and they probably thought I was drunk. Guaranteed. Which is pretty funny, but I don't care. As long as I'm having fun, who gives a shit what other people think? Okay, bye guys, and I really hope I can be an inspiration to Aquariuses everywhere. And Pisces. All the genius, insecure signs who have so much potential. Yep. Yep. The people I get along with the best are Leos, Capricorns, and Aquarius. Oh, Pisces. I get along with Pisces the most. I know, it's my opposite sign and I'm not supposed to, but I do. But Leos and Pisces are the ones I get along with the most. Got it. Good night.